Hi, my name is Danielle Firth and I'm currently working in the Stellenbosch office. I'm in my second year of my articles.
So my name is Lukrisha Ramadu. I'm a first-year candidate attorney at the Cape Town Worksman's office.
My name is Nyiko Mathebula. I am a second-year CA.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Hill. I'm a second-year candidate attorney.
My name is Sandy Sodlomo. I'm a first-year CA.
My name is Siyabonga Galela. I'm a first-year CA.
My core values is being reliable, being on time,
Honesty, integrity, but also just trying to be genuine and real.
I'll choose one, which is respect.
being hardworking.
I feel like the all-encompassing value is respect.
If respect is the foundation of everything you do, whether it's your interactions with people, the work you do, you hardly put a foot wrong.
Honesty and loyalty.
Some of my other interests are I love listening to music. I love watching Netflix over the weekend. It's just a great way to unwind.
I love to do ballet and I'm also learning French. Yeah.
Well, I'm a big sports guy, so I follow NBA basketball very closely. I'm also a frustrated runner. Frustrated because the consistency is lacking.
I love food. I'm a huge foodie. I've spent quite a lot of time actually doing food reviews. I have been doing Joburg's food reviews for Glamour magazine for about 3 years now. And I think food is a great way to get to know people from different cultures. It's a great way to catch up with friends. It's a great way to have a difficult conversation with someone. It's an icebreaker, so I love food.
I think a very interesting thing about me is that I have an African grey. He's older than me. He's actually 30 years old. I inherited him, and he currently rules my house.
I have a borderline unhealthy obsession with a TV show called Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It is my favorite show. I'm wearing Brooklyn Nine-Nine socks like right now. It's my favorite. I watched the series probably about 7 times over.
I do it now, but only to a limited extent. But in university, before I wrote tests or exams, everything always had to be aligned. So my desk, wherever I was studying, I'd align my books and pens and things. And on my desk where I was actually writing the paper, my pens would be laid out in a straight line and everything. And my desk would be aligned according to the tiles on the floor. And just no matter how much studying I've done, if I didn't do that, I just felt like nothing was gonna go right. Yeah, so I don't think people really know that or noticed it actually.
What I expected Worksman's to be, from the career days that I attended, I expected obviously a very welcoming sort of environment, but then juxtaposed to that, you've got this big building that's just glass in the middle of Sandton. So I was very unsure. But the first day we were welcomed by Mr. David Hertz with open arms. He was just, really welcoming and made us feel at home here.
Coming into Worksman's and being at the firm and seeing how the people are here, it's like these are real people. These are actually people who have lives, who come to work because they want to be here first of all, because they enjoy being here, and people who take an interest in each other. That is something that I never expected. Though I knew that Worksman's was a firm that cared about its people, I never expected it to be like this situation where we actually have lunches together and we socialize and we make time for each other and to listen to each other and to just speak to each other and hear about each other's experiences.
What I expected was, very serious, very kind of buttoned up, always prim and proper, kind of attitude from everybody. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's perfectly fine. But when I got here, it was fun to hear people joking around, to hear laughter from other officers and people talking about how, their weekends went and what's annoying them now, and just seeing that people are actually people.
I actually expected it to be terrible, I won't lie, because also people just tell you horror stories about like corporate law and lawyers, and they just say these people are hardcore and cutthroat and books will be thrown at your face. But it actually wasn't that. For the most part, people are supportive.
I think we all expected to just be in court doing a lot of court work, but it's actually been a lot better than that. I've done court work, but also dabbled in a lot of different things, research, drafting, sitting in consults. So I think it has exceeded my expectations. I also expected for some reason to just be thrown into the deep end with no guidance. So I think I'm happy that that's not true. We had a lot of support along the way, and we were guided through every process, which was good, and we were slowly allowed to get used to how things work.
So my message to students who want to come into the profession, corporate and commercial law, really the best thing you can do for yourself is just arm yourself with information. You know, try get involved in vacation work programs. If not, do job shadowing. So just collecting information wherever you can, I think really informs your decision making and also kind of prepares you for what to expect.
One of the most important things is we start out something and we're very excited and we lose that excitement along the way. And like I said, you need to remember your why. That is the most important thing. How I remembered my why was by writing letters to myself, which is something silly, but it kept me motivated on those days when I needed some encouragement. And something that you always have to remember that you've got one of two choices. You've got the choice of the pain of discipline or having the choice of the pain of regret. Being disciplined and having that pain and suffering nights on end, studying or working, it's temporary. Whereas regretting, what if I had done this? What if I had stuck it out? What if I was more disciplined? That's harder and it's permanent. You can never take it back. Once you've decided, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore, you can't undo that decision.
My advice to students who want to pursue a career in corporate and commercial law is to, first of all, sit down with yourself and be honest about how much you want it. And if your answer to that question that you really wanted, if that's your answer, then recognize the level of commitment that you're going to have even while you are at varsity, and don't look at that as a damper or something that is going to be a burden on you. Get excited about being committed to your work, because when you have that attitude towards your work, when you deliver your product, whether it's an assignment or an exam at varsity or once you get here, products that you deliver for your director or your seniors, you feel very proud of yourself, and you will even amaze yourself at how you were able to do things that you thought, this is going to be impossible, I cannot. So that would be my advice. People will say, be ready to sacrifice. Yes, I agree, be ready to sacrifice, but you're not going to be living your life at the office. You will have a social life. You will be able to spend time with your loved ones and dedicate time to other things that you're interested in. So it's not just going to be your life. So yeah, that would be my advice.
Know your values and hold on to them. I think you can get very mixed up in the whole business, corporate world that Sandton is, and it's important to stay grounded, but also to work hard during university and learn the basics, because no matter what question comes to you during your 2 years as a candidate attorney, as long as you have the basics, you can work from there. So build your foundation and know your goals and never give up. Very cheesy, I know, but it's true.
I think my best and biggest piece of advice for students who want to embark on a corporate career is to not find the whole experience daunting and let that hold you back. Because you can't come into this expecting to know everything. Nobody expects that of you. So you can do as much research as you can and reach out to as many people as you can, but you have to come into it with an open mind and be willing to put in the work and to put in the long hours if you need to. Because being a candidate attorney is not easy. It is a lot of hard work, but you learn so much if you are willing to just take on the criticism and the advice and the support. It's a very rewarding experience, but just don't put undue pressure on yourself. Just come into it with an open mind and embrace everything and use every opportunity to learn, and yeah.
Something that I hope would encourage students with their prospects in the future is to understand that all the tools and all the things that you need are already within you, even though you may not know it yet. You unconsciously are more capable than you could ever even know. And there are some things that will come naturally to you, and there's some things that will just take a little bit more time for you to adapt and develop. But don't stress, work hard. Although hard work doesn't promise you gains, it's the best way to ensure that you get what you want out of the experience of what you're doing.
Your first few weeks is going to be scary and nerve-wracking, but you're not going to be alone in that feeling. Everyone who is new is going to be feeling like that. It's normal. And you're only feeling nervous because it's such an important new step in your career, and you're going to make the most of it. And you're going to make mistakes, but you have to just learn from them. It's a stepping stone to your growth and to your development within the firm. And one of the biggest things, I think, is to be honest when you do make a mistake, because sometimes it's very easy to fix a mistake that you make. So don't conceal it. It's going to be okay. Some days are going to be tougher than others, but you're going to be able to get through it, and you're going to build your resilience like never before. And you're going to learn so much about yourself, and it's going to be a great opportunity to meet new people and just have a whole bunch of new experiences and make the most of it.
So my words of wisdom is that I come from a background where there wasn't always much hope. I had to create my own hope. I had to be a pioneer in my own dreams. And then I worked for a year after matric to just get some experience and to raise funds for my studies, and I studied, and then I continued working, and I saw, look, here's a gap in the market. I want to fulfill it, and I've always had a passion for law. It's not easy trying to make your own dreams come true. It's possible. Just because you come from a background where you might not have as much money to help you to study or have all the resources to get you through it. But having that positive mindset, that open-mindedness, that attitude of, I'm going to get through this no matter what, that for me is really important, and keeping that throughout your journey.